Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. We're working on a 1996 Ford Mustang with a V6 3.8. Customer complaint is instrument cluster is acting wonky. So he says that, let's see, the fuel gauge works, temperature gauge works, speedometer works, tachometer is dead, and the voltmeter and the oil pressure are sometimes act kind of weird. So let's start it up. The voltmeter seems to be, I don't know, normal. Oil pressure, no, nothing abnormal there. Tach definitely does not work. Let's see, key off, key on. I don't know why that maxes out there. The only warning lights I see on here is the check engine light and the battery light. Now it's a 96, so maybe it doesn't have a lot of warning lights, but I expect some other ones. For example, what else? Airbag. I think this thing has airbags. ABS maybe. A couple other ones. So before we jump into this, let's pull up a wiring diagram and see what should be on this cluster and what we need for everything to work. Alright, I am on my favorite site for wiring diagrams, that is bbbindustries.com. A lot of you ask where I get my diagrams from. You can always go to all data if you're subscribed, but this is actually faster because all the pages are in one document and it's just easy to scroll up and down. So this is the instrumentation page. So let's see what we have. Temperature gauge and fuel gauge work. The check engine light does work. Let's see, transmission control indicator. I did not see that one. Let's see what else we should have. Speedometer works. Anti-theft indicator lamp, I did not see that. Charge indicator, that does come on. Voltmeter and oil pressure gauge, that's suspect. And the tachometer does not work for sure. Low oil indicator, I did not see that come on. And we can even read a little description of when it's supposed to come on. And let's keep going here. ABS light, I did not see. Brake indicator, did not see. Airbag light, we didn't see that. And low coolant lamp, we did not see that either. Even though the parking brake is on, and with the key on, we should see some kind of brake. You can actually see in the reflections there's an overdrive light there, theft, low coolant, airbag, brake, low oil. So they're all there. They're not coming on. What is the common denominator here? Well, let's see. So for the tach, what powers up the tach? Fuse 15, and that also powers up all these other warning lights that don't work. So obviously, that's the first thing I would check, is fuse 15 10 amp instrument panel. These other items, like the speedometer, I think it's, zoom in a little bit, see the fuse number. I think it's fuse 8. That's fuse 18. So these other lights are actually on separate fuses, and I think that's why they work. Let's see, B comes from, again, fuse 15. Now, so here's an interesting theory. Why does our check engine light come on? Well, if we don't have power here, and also our temp and our fuel gauge, can't something be backfeeding and powering up these other these gauges? That's a good question. So let's go for this fuse 15. Let's see here. Definitely fuse 15 there. And that's fuse 15, yeah. So let's try to find that and check that for power. So let's see here, fuse 15. if you guys can see that. It's actually convenient to look through the camera lens. Let's see, that guy right there. Let's see the test light. Is lighting on that side and lighting on that side. So that fuse does look fine. Wonder what happens if we pull it. Let's see. Alright, check engine light went out. Let's pop it back in. Alright, check engine light's back. So, looks like that leg does indeed work. Let's see, is there an overdrive off in here? Okay, overdrive off also works. So that's this button right down here. Cool. That's good to know. Let's see. So that guy works. So through here, that works, that works. Let's keep going. Speedometer. Speedometer works. I did not see the anti-theft. Well, actually, I guess the speedometer has two power feeds here and fuse 8. Right? That guy's good. Let's see here, B. So this fuse should, we're worried about this leg right here. So that works, but going to right here, B, voltmeter, oil pressure. Let's see. S229. S229 from S229. Okay, so it's the same splice. So this splice goes a lot of places. S229, right? Goes to C251 right there. And okay, C251, red and yellow wire. So we're worried about that feed. That feed, tack. Let's see, low oil light, etc. So I think we have to pull this dash apart and get to the back of this cluster to do some wiring checks on the back. So I'm taking this cluster out and I pull the headlight switch to turn the lights on, and I see the seat belt light turned on. What the heck is up with that? I guess we'll keep searching here. A couple other things to check. Turn signals, that works. High beam, that works. Okay. Illumination lamps, I don't see any illumination there. Instrument illumination, okay. There's a fasten seatbelts indicator. It should all go to G204. But the high beam indicator works, that works. Left indicator works. But when you pull the lights, the fasten seatbelts indicator comes on. It's very, very strange. It's almost like not quite sure here. Daytime running lights. Brake indicator lamp, that does not work. Alright, let's pull this cluster out. I think it's already unbolted. Guys, I'm pulling this connector out. There's dielectric grease everywhere. This thing is freaking soaked with dielectric grease. Oh man. I guess if there's too much, it might not be making contact, right? Let's clean this mess up a little bit and check for power in these red and yellow wires. So I'm checking all the red and yellow power feed wires and these connectors, and as you can see, that one's good. That guy right there is good, and same on the other side. Oh, tripod fail. Let's see here. Get stable. Let's see here, red and yellow. That guy is good. There's another one right there. That one is good. Alright, so all our power feeds are there. We can also check all the grounds or clean up these connectors on here and plug everything back in. Alright, so the cool part about this cluster is that we can actually trace the current path just looking at these at the circuit board or whatever, the flexible wiring. So, and they're actually labeled. This is cool. ABS, brake, airbag, and the common feed. So this will be the power feed, connects them all, and then the control wires are separate. So let's see where the power feed goes. So it comes up here, here, here. It also feeds the tach, just like the diagram showed. It comes up here, and it's the second pin from the gap right there, okay? And that should be a red and yellow wire. Looking at our connector, there's the gap. To the right of it is a red and yellow. 2 units to the left is a tan with yellow. Like, what the heck? Is it not pinned right? Looking at our diagram, the tan and yellow is actually the control wire for the tach coming from the PCM. Okay, and our red and yellow should be the ignition feed, but according, you know, this wire right here should be the red and yellow, but in reality it's the tan and yellow. And the red and yellow is over here, is actually over here to the right of the gap, and that would go to tach. Let's see here. Red and yellow right there. Follow the trace. See down here. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, don't pay attention to this one yet. That trace right there would go to that pin, the S pin on our tachometer. Okay? But check this out. This is the original unit that the owner took out, and he said that it burned up or something. You can see there's some burnage right there. But anyways, let's see where the red and yellow pin goes. So the one to the right of the gap, this one actually goes here and feeds all of our lights. Bingo! These clusters are not the same, even though they look almost identical. Let's take a little closer look here. Let's see if we can spot the differences. It says heat, low oil. See that? That's like a blank. There's a difference. ABS, brake, airbag. That says coolant, CONV, and that says seatbelt on here. So there's definitely some differences. These are the same. Amp, check engine, OD off, alarm. So those seem to be operational, but still this side is different. Here's the ignition feed. So on here, let's see, for the voltmeter, there's another red and yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots from the end let's see, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 spots from the end here. That's correct. It says ignition right there, so that feeds our voltmeter right here. See that? And the ground comes up there, third pin. And here, check this out, the ground is the second pin. Again, discrepancy. There's a 20 ohm resistor there. Oh, let's see here. Black and yellow is the third pin. Green is the second pin. And on our diagram, the ground for the voltmeter should be a black and light blue. Black and light blue, is that right? Oh, where's the black? Black and light blue, second pin. Right there, there's our ground for the voltmeter. So on the original cluster, that's correct. On this guy, he goes to this 20 ohm resistor, which explains everything. So, what are the options? Like, the diagnosis is complete. We have the wrong cluster installed. Amazing. Can we refurbish this guy? I don't know what burned up right here. I guess we can plug it in and see. Or just tell them to get another one from the junkyard. But in any case, that was pretty cool. Good thing the owner had the original cluster here, otherwise I would have been scratching my head and seeing why are the pins wrong on that guy. It's just the wrong junkyard cluster installed. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.